It's green going, the turnip greens going to seed. There's another onion, long stem. It's a pretty turnip green. Give it a few more days, it'll be really big because the temperature's supposed to cool off, I think, the next few days, but then it's going to warm up again. And there's another turnip green going to seed.
Just looking at some of my, well, they were fall greens, now they're spring greens. These are turnips coming up from literally from last year. Wish they do this every year. Again, these are turnips. Turnips usually come back. Broadleaf and mustard, not so much. And this right here is where you can see where I had my broadleaf. This area right here all last year was all broadleaf. You can see it's pretty much dead. But I do have a lone turnip coming up some kind of way. I guess the turnips got mixed with the broadleaves last year.
It's a beautiful day today. It's a little chilly right now. It's going to warm up today. I'm going to take a look at my grapes here. Got to buy some fertilizer, pull a few weeds out of there. Even Charlie's are just taking over. But I'm going to have to trim them back a little bit as well. I'm on my way to the garden. Jeffrey has some compost that he's bringing, so I'm going to meet him there. I'm going to show you all the compost I was telling you about Jeffrey was going to get. He said that's only 2 scoops. He was going to go get some skids, but right now we're just going to get it on this tarp because it's too muddy. We've had so much rain that he's going to pull the truck back, and then we're just going to pull the tarp that it's laying on onto this tarp that's on the ground. Right now he's going to shovel the dirt off, and then when it gets light enough, then he can pull it off.
Compost.
Yeah, I told him it's compost already. Or I'll get a shovel and help you. How many more scoops you gonna get?
Huh?
Is that it?
I don't know. Depends on how much I ain't gonna do a shovel by shovel. Yeah.
You want me to check the ground before you go any further?
No,
We were talking about he was gonna take it over here back by that back fence, but the ground, he thinks the ground is too wet to get the truck through there. So he's just putting it on this tarp, and then we'll put it in wheelbarrows and take to the garden from here. It's nice and rich. Where did you get it?
I can't think of it right now.
But it was here in town?
Yeah. I want to say A&P. I don't know yet.
I'm also checking the repellent that I have in the shed. I need to buy some more because we spray ourselves down before we get in the garden for ticks and especially mosquitoes. The mosquitoes seem to love me for whatever reason. And this is what Jeffrey has been using for the deers and the rabbits. He also saw a skunk the other day out here. So it's definitely getting garden time, and you see all the animals that love the garden food. And then this right here is also a natural fertilizer that Jeffrey uses for the garden, Nature's Supreme. Jeffrey has decided to put some at this area. He says he's gonna plant green beans here. Remember you all, I told you I wanted to try a roll of pole beans if I can. And Jeffrey said this is all organic fertilizer as well. We're still spreading it here. And like I said, this is where he's gonna plant the green beans. And I'm still gonna get my roll of pole beans too. At least half a row. And here's another fertilizer Jeffrey uses. Black cow. Oh, okay, it's a K. In addition to the one I showed you in the shed. Here's something I never realized Jeffrey brought to my attention. Growing up, this was the property of a lady that lived down the street from us, Miss Hill. And she was probably, what, in her 80s then when we were kids. She was really old. I can remember coming down and helping her clean her house and things like that. But these are tulips here. And, you know, just thinking of the history, how long ago these were planted. And like I said, when we were kids in the 70s, she was probably in her mid 80s, early 90s. And this is 2026, so that's how long this has been here. We spread compost on the area where we're gonna plant the green beans. And this is the rest of the compost. Jeffrey said he's gonna get another truckload within the next few weeks. And then we're gonna start spreading it on this area, on these areas of the garden. You can see the greens are really jumping in the middle there where you see all the green. They're going to seed. These greens over here are going to seed as well, but that's okay because we don't really harvest greens in the spring. We harvest the greens in the fall. This is where we till up and plant the rest of the garden through here, just like our daddy and our uncle did. You see the dogwood back there is blooming. Spring is definitely on the way. Within the next few weeks, I'm gonna start taking up that landscaping fabric, that black and the gray. I don't know about getting it up through this okra because the okra is, those stumps are like tree stumps. But I'm gonna go through here, just try to do as much cleanup as I can do to save Jeffrey so he can just start breaking the ground up. But I'm gonna get this landscaping fabric up as well. And as you can see, these are turnip greens here. They're all turnip through here and they're going to seed. Have we ever tried to save the seeds from the greens, or do you just go and buy them? Have you ever tried to save the greens seeds? No? That may be something I'll try as an experiment just to see. We wouldn't be able to use them this year because I'm pretty sure you have to let them dry out a significant amount of time. But they're really jumping through there, as you can see here. Not really coming back that much. Here's our apple tree. And I don't really see any blooms just yet. But Jeffrey had the tree cut back, so hopefully it will produce this year. I got a few bushels out of it last year. The year before, I think I got more bushels. So hopefully with him cutting it back, I'll get more. I'm getting excited. Gardening is a lot of work, but the food is so good. And it's gonna be bittersweet, especially when we start planting, because we lost our uncle, excuse me, in October, and he loved the garden, absolutely loved it. He was a country boy at heart and stayed a country boy. These greens look really good through here. If I get a chance, I'm gonna try to pick a few for Daddy. I don't know that I'm gonna make it because I have a busy day today, because tomorrow the temperature is gonna drop by 40 degrees. we're going to have thunderstorms, and they say we're in a high alert for tornadoes. And then the following day, we're supposed to possibly get snow. But we're getting ready for the garden. There's a lot of prep to it too, but like I said, it's well worth it. And you can see that spring is coming just by the greenery in the garden. It looks like through here, some of this landscaping fabric is still in pretty good condition. So we may try to salvage some of this, especially the gray. It's a little sturdier than the black barrier that we have there. But like I said, garden time is quickly approaching. One thing I'm going to dread are the little critters that come along with having a garden. We haven't seen any groundhogs yet, but it seems like every 2 or 3 we catch, we get 4 or 5 more. And like I said, Jeffrey saw a skunk the other day, and last year deer were in the garden, but they didn't seem to bother the garden too much other than the okra. So we'll see what's in store for us this year. Jeffrey was debating on whether or not to get another truckload of compost, but he's going to wait and do that at a later time. This is our cherry tree that Jeffrey planted last year. Almost lost my hat. Right here, that's a cherry tree. And he also planted another one a few feet away, right here. And it'll take several years to get any fruit off of that. But hopefully they will survive, and we'll be getting cherries. But this is just a little preview of what we're doing, prepping for the garden of 2026. Thank you all for tuning in to Siblings A and J Gardening. Thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And if you like what you see, please share it. We're siblings out here gardening together. You all stay safe and be blessed. I was looking through the shed. I've got to buy some more landscaping fabric, and I also need to get more pins for the landscaping fabric, and I also need to order the canvas that goes around with these hoops when we plant the cabbage. So there's a lot of prep to gardening. Jeffrey's supplies are all in here that he uses. This is the chicken soup. We also have animal repellent that he uses, the hot pepper spray. He has neem oil. I usually let him handle all that type of thing because he researches it and finds out what we need to do. And his power pump sprayer is right through there. He has another one here. It's battery operated, and he absolutely loves it. And we save these containers. He puts seeds in them. You just come up with ways of saving things and repurposing them. He has the onions here that we're going to plant. All his little sprinklers. And like I said, I need to get us some more repellent. I like to keep the shed stocked up on things like that.